All right, let me share my screen. Oh, well, no, hold on. I just shared the wrong one. Hold on. Got to get a little better with the technology. There you go. Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So the goal here is to get a presentation that works for you, or get a referral that works for you. And there's some steps to it that actually Stephen dovetailed into, and we're just actually going to break those down and go through those in depth in this presentation. So first and foremost is, does your resume pass muster? In other words, does it match the job that's posted? Does your resume look like it's a fit for the requirements? And that's not a subjective thing, that's an objective thing through skillsyncer.com. And I'm going to show you a screenshot of what that looks like. Actually, I'm going to show you the live here in just a minute. But the point being is there's a tool that you can use to compare the job posting with your resume and see how great a match it is. And if it doesn't match, I'm going to ask you to redo your resume to make sure that it does. Why am I going to do that? Because I want you to have the best chance of success. You got to understand that when the first pass is usually a recruiter, and that recruiter's job is not whatever job you're applying for. They're not logistics expert. They're not an IT professional. They're not an analyst. They're not none of those things. And if your resume doesn't say you have the qualifications that are in the posting, they won't assume. A hiring manager might, but they're not the first person to see your resume generally. The recruiter is, and if it doesn't match up, then they're going to sit there with a natural question that says, why should I let this person go on to the next step? And SkillSyncer is a great tool that will help you get your resume up to speed so that it passes muster with the recruiter. The next thing is, as Stephen said, your job number and your title. And this all goes into the email that you send. And then the resume you use to apply, and note you did apply, right? Make sure that if you ask for a referral, that it's for a job that you applied for. And then we're going to go through the top 3 to 4 bullets from the required qualifications section of the job posting. Now, just to highlight this, that doesn't mean you can't pull qualifications in from the additional qualifications section. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily need to use every bullet that's in there. But what that's going to get used for is it's a way for me or your referral partner to sell you to the recruiter to say, this is somebody you need to pay attention to. This is somebody you need to open up the resume and take a look at. This is somebody you need to go into the applicant tracking system and pull up their application. So the point being is those 3 to 4 bullets help make it faster for me so that I don't have to go through your resume and pull them out, and that the recruiter doesn't have to do that. So let's get into that in detail here. SkillSyncer, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull over
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we know.
Oops. Looks like we might need somebody to move.
You sure can. That would be fine.
Who is that?
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sounds like Barb.
All right. Well, it sounds like she muted, so that's good. This is an actual posting result of a project manager at United Health Group that I did for a job-seeking veteran. And as you can see, the score was 35. And here's this big red bar that says your computed match rate is below the recommended score of 80. You can see this on my screen, right?
Yes.
So your resume will most likely be skipped by the applicant tracking system. So it gives you some keywords that you might want to look at, or some focus areas that you might want to hit harder, like the soft skills match or hard skills match and the percentage, right? So this is a real quick way to set up a scan to say, does my resume say that I'm qualified for the job? If I'm looking at it from a perspective of a computer. So this is an invaluable tool that you can use. And here's somebody else that I did, and they only scored 31%. So I'm going to run this before I pass it through to the recruiter, because I want you to succeed. So you might as well do this before I do. Make sense? It's a great tool to hone up your resume and make sure that it's a good fit. So now job number and title. This is a job posting on the left here, this in blue. The requisition number 206-2016. And there's the title, project manager. I would really appreciate having that job number and the title so that I don't have to go, I can search by that and find out who the recruiter is. And that you can't really see it in here, but on this screen, it's actually right here. This is from a US Bank posting that I did. That's their job number. And then of course it's project manager. What that helps is that helps me and the whoever's doing the referral for you, go look up and find out who they need to reach out to on your behalf. Internally, I look up that number and find out who that is so that I can reach out to them for you. Attach a copy of the resume you actually use to apply so that I can forward it to the recruiter along with my text. And note, not a generic resume, right? Tailor it to match the job posting. And I'm going to go into that in the next step. But the question is does this resume fit according to SkillSync? Does it look like you're a good match? And then email me the bullets that you used, right? So if we look at the required qualifications for this one, right? Bachelor's degree or equivalent. So I want a bullet point that says bachelor's in XYZ or doctorate or whatever it is, right? Tell me how you meet this qualification. And if it's equivalent, obviously in this job posting, that's fine. Tell me how you have the equivalent of a bachelor's through XYZ experience and XYZ number of years, right? Valid driver's license, kind of an odd one for a project manager, okay. Valid driver's license, state of Minnesota, right? Spell it out. 3 years of professional experience in technical project management. Well, in this case, I'm saying, let's say somebody has 5 years of experience as a technical project manager. I need it spelled out and matching up with the bullets, right? And then down here in the preferred qualifications, PMP certification. Okay, well, I achieved my PMP certification in 2020, right? Let me know, because what I can do then is I can just copy this and paste this into my email to the recruiter that I looked up for the job posting, and then say, this is a candidate that's applied for the job, a copy of the resume is attached, and here's why they're a great fit for this role. And why would I need all this is because it makes it faster for me to help you. So let me detail that out. If I were to get a perfect submission like this from you, I can literally turn it around within minutes from seeing it. Why? Because I have a template email that I send to recruiters. And I just go click, template, click, add this bullet points, attach the resume, send. Where it slows down is when I look at it and I don't see that you have a bachelor's degree, or I don't see that you have the number of years of technical experience as a project manager, technical project manager. And then I have to go hunt and look for it. I don't see you have project management certification. So then I have to send it back an email saying, hey, got some questions. Guess what? That's at least a day. And then when you respond back and send me an email that says, well, of course I got those degrees or that certification or whatever. Okay, that's another day because that doesn't detail out specifically that you have it. So it can add some significant delays to me helping you. So this is a format that will work most effectively for me and the people that you're asking to refer you to a job that you've applied for. So that is the end of my presentation. I want to thank you all for paying attention, and I'm going to stop the